live stream where I'm going to be painting by Alonzo. Today I'm spray painting her head, the rose part. I'm going to be using some red spray paint right here. Cover her in paper towels so I don't get it anywhere else. Yeah. Later I'm going to paint her mouth because it's not red like that. It's not supposed to be that red. Spray the other side a little. Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, I'm already having the I'm making the storyboard of my episode, and I think that you guys will like it. It's gonna be quite funny. And just gotta make sure the underside is fully done, and yeah, so that's spray painted, which is all good. Now I just need to let it dry a little. If I had a hair dryer, I would use it, but unfortunately I don't. And yeah, so now we're just gonna do some now I'm going to the reason my voice was a little weird is because I had a mask on. For any of you who do spray painting, it's recommended to use a mask. Yeah. Now I'm going to just show you my collection while it's drying. And I will get a notification from someone when it's dry. This guy was just lying around. I used him in my... What? Sorry about that. It's just a little distraction. And now, yeah, this guy was just lying around to see SH Monster. It's Godzilla 1991. Got this guy on Christmas. Yeah, and here's all the other guys. I got this guy for a good price. The SH Monster Arts Godzilla -1. It was $90, and my first ever Godzilla figure from SH Monster Arts, 72. This is my first ever SH Monster figure. Rodan from Singular Point, because that was the cheapest. Got this little soda, like this thing that came with the soda cup up back there at a movie theater when I was watching Godzilla X Kong the New Empire. I also got a Kong one. I just can't find... Oh, here it is. Yeah. And so these are the two I got at the theater. So yeah, here it is. So you wanted to see Zilla? Yeah, I have Zilla, and I also got Zilla for a good price. Normally Zilla would be like $49, but I got this guy $16. Yeah, hard to believe. I never thought I'd get this guy in my own hands, but I actually have him and he was featured in Godzilla Final Wars Part 6, probably Part 5, yeah. Where Godzilla fought Zilla. It was mostly green screen, and I extended the fight just to make it cooler. Also, it feels wrong just to have Zilla immediately killed off like that. And I am working on the other parts of Godzilla Final Wars. I got some cool figure. Yeah. I am working on Godzilla Final War. Part 6 is going to be coming soon. Now here is some more of my collection. this Titanosaur, my first ever Titanosaurus and my only Titanosaurus figure. And this Megaguirus figure is rare, but I somehow in my hands. I got it at Christmas. I got the Final Wars Anguirus. You got the same one. Yeah, so I like a couple Shin Godzilla things. I got a bootleg Shin Godzilla. I got the official Bandai Shin Godzilla. Back there you can see Kamada-kun and Shin Waga-kun. The Playmates Godzilla Final Wars. Got a small bootleg Godzilla. Another small bootleg Godzilla. Do I name them? No. I don't think so. No, I just call them by what their names are. Godzilla, like Final Goji. He is Shin Godzilla. Hedorah, 2004. Titanosaur. This said hi. And I got this cool bag and figure off of the Godzilla store website. They have a lot of cool stuff there, so if you want to get one of these, you should go to the Godzilla store. I also got this one at the Godzilla store, the Cherry Blossom Godzilla. Oh, I've been collecting for like a long time, since like 2016. My first ever piece of Godzilla merch was this Godzilla plush, and he's like very special to me. Yeah. And he is the main character in my plush series, the Godzilla Crew. And this is the second main character of the series. It's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. And this is a rare plush made by it's from Play by Play. And like, when I first looked up Stay Puft plush, I didn't get this immediately. So, yeah, I just had to take a picture of him and I found it. And it says it's rare. I am 16, going to be 17. Yeah, this is made by Funny. This is also made by Funny. I don't know what this one's made by, but this is Space Godzilla, yeah. This one is made by Funny. It's the King Ghidorah plush. This is also made by Funny. This is King Kong. You can see he's got you can see his little butt. Cheeks. This is also made by Funny. It's Mechagodzilla, and he's like losing some of the silver paint. Well, hi. And this is also the Ultraman. Oh, okay. Huh. Said hi. Has a different color, but Emma. Well, thank you for subbing. And this plush is the, yeah, he's filled in. This is the Nisi in Cup of Noodles Godzilla plush. He's also in my series. I call him Ramen Godzilla. This is a Godzilla bobblehead, yeah. You're liking and subbing. Well, thank you for your support. I need it. Yeah. This is a plush I got at Hobby Lobby. It's bigger than I expected, but it's a cool one. This is a Godzilla Evolved plush. He's in the series, but I call him True Godzilla. And this is King Ghidorah's father. He's also in the show. And he's not a good dad. Yeah, he kind of sucks to be a father. Yeah, bobbles are cool. Got some more Godzilla figures here. This whole section is full of Godzilla stuff. That's the Trendmasters Baby Godzilla. I also have another Trendmasters Baby Godzilla right here. The Bandai movie on the Monster series Burning Godzilla. This is a Bandai Godzilla 2000. Part of his tail's missing. I'm going to fix that soon. And there is the star of the show for Godzilla Final Wars. Yeah, I use that figure. And I don't really have anything else, but I think it's good to use what you have. Like, it shows that you don't really need fancy figures from like SH Monster Arts or Hiya Toys just to remake a movie. You can just what you have. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't have a green screen sheet. I just I just use these colored walls and then like just cut the background. Here's the Ultraman collection. You see Gomora. I really remember this guy's name, but there's the 60s Ultraman. There's Red King, and why do they call him Red King if he's yellow and blue? There's SH Figure Arts Ultraman Rising. Now this kaiju, whose name actually makes sense, Black King. Yeah. Don't name Red King if he's not red. Next thing you know, just name him Yellow King. Or maybe he's Sponge Kaiju. Get it? Because, you know, SpongeBob's yellow. Back there we have the Bandai Movie Monster Series. He's Emmy. Bandai Ultraman Rising. Bemular. Dino Tank. And Gigantron. And also Mecha Gigantron. And I have Neurahunga from Ultraman Rising. There's also this Ultraman Rising action figure. I also have the Funko Pop of Mecha King Ghidorah from Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah 1991, and I hope that they bring back Mecha King Ghidorah. Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah 1991 was like the best, like one of the best Godzilla films ever. Yeah, King Ghidorah was just the best. Here is a bootleg King Ghidorah, Mecha King Ghidorah actually. There is a bootleg Bandai by Alonzi. And this one I got from the Godzilla store. This is Demon. I'm just kidding, it's Destroya. Huh. So, hi to...
How many people are watching your live?
Like a lot of people.
How many?
Like it says, I don't really know. But there's a lot of people on there. Yeah.
What does it say?
It says, sorry about that. That's just my brother. He also helps me with.
Oh, three people. That's cool.
The here is my. That's just my brother. He helps me with the plush series. Yeah. I also have a cool Godzilla poster. Godzilla 1954. Fire figure. Yeah, this is Godzilla Monsters. It's alive. Incredible, unstoppable titan of terror. Her civilization crumbles as its rays blast a city of 6 million from the face of the earth. Old Death Ray, I think he's atomic breath. I also have the King Kong vs. Godzilla poster. The two mightiest monsters of all time. You got that right. King Kong vs. Godzilla. Color, all new. In the most colossal conflict the screen has ever known. Yeah, Godzilla vs. Kong was like, really, like everyone was talking about it in 2021. Nobody really talks about the original Godzillas. It's more so the MonsterVerse. I didn't grow up with the MonsterVerse. I grew up with Heisei. Like the first Godzilla movies like some of the earliest Godzilla movies I had where it was like a DVD collection of the Heisei films. And I'll just show it to you. And I will show it to you right now. It should be right here. Where? Unfortunately, I cannot find it at the moment, but I did find this Bandai Movie Monster Series by Alonzi, the official version, not the bootleg. And yeah, this is a cool figure. Got it off Amazon. Now I'm gonna be buying stuff off the Godzilla store. They have everything. Just put her back on the shelf if any room. Excuse me for 1 second. Yeah, I think I'm running out of space. and here is like a bunch of MonsterVerse things. I have a lot of these Chibi Godzillas, and like when you hear Chibi Godzilla, when I hear Chibi Godzilla, I think of Chibi Godzilla right again. You can see right there, it's a little dark, but he's there, and also there's Chibi King Ghidorah up there, or as I like to call it, Chibi Ghidorah. It's easier, but yeah, these are like cute Godzillas, and there's another little cute. There's a Funko Pop of Mechagodzilla 2021. They also made 74 Mechagodzilla. I need to get my hands on that. Here's the giant Playmates Mechagodzilla. It's a pretty cool figure. Here's a Godzilla like puppet thingy. I don't really know what they're called. There is like the first official Behemoth toy. Hiya Toys revealed that they're making Behemoth. Hiya Toys is cool, but I've been a fan of SH Monster Arts. Yeah, and here we have a bootleg Skullcrawler, and here we have another bootleg Mechagodzilla. And we actually have an official Skullcrawler right here. And there's the Heave, and there's a Jet. There's a small Funko Pop of Godzilla, and there's a small Funko Pop of Kong, and a bootleg Godzilla 2014. There's also a Jack Specific Godzilla 2019, another Jack Specific, bigger. Playmates Mechagodzilla 2020, the Playmates Cog 2020. What it comes with, this is from the battle set, you know, the one with the buildings. There's Warbat. I had my brother repaint it for me since it got damaged by my dog, and I can't find the and this is Playmates Godzilla 2021. I can't find the skin that covers up this, so I'm just leave that way. Now here's the Godzilla X Kong collection. There's a lot of stuff that's not from Godzilla X Kong here because I don't really have room. There's the Bandai action figure of Godzilla -1. There's the Hiya Toys Godzilla 2021, my first ever Hiya Toys figure. There's Playmates Shimo. There's Bandai Godzilla Odo Island form, the Godzillasaurus actually. And there's the Chibimaru Godzilla. And there's the Roaring Kong. There's the Kong from the Kong vs. Scar King set. There's the Shimo from the Shimo vs. Godzilla set. There's Scar King right there. And there's Kong with his Beast Club. That's the giant Godzilla evolved. Here's the normal size Godzilla evolved. And the Godzilla's skin right there, and here is Godzilla who's supposed to go inside his skin. There's the guy from the Godzilla vs. Kong playset. Comes with that one. Yeah, and here's the supercharged Godzilla. This is the Godzilla vs. Shimo playset. Yeah. Yeah, so those are like all the ones on this shelf. Oh, not to mention I have Doug. I still think it's funny how they named him Doug. They could have named him like something else, like a real kaiju name, like something similar to something that had the other monsters had like Verhariga or Verharin, but I still love how they named him Doug. Also, the fact that they named him Ghidorah, or his heads Ichi and Kevin. I think it's hilarious that they named him Kevin. Yeah. And those are like all my MonsterVerse figures and some of the other figures right here. This is the Bandai Gigan 2004 Chainsaw version. It's going to be featured in Godzilla Final War, in my Godzilla Final Wars videos coming up soon. And this is the normal Gigan. I got this like a while back. Laser Ghidorah, like I said earlier. Got that guy at Christmas. There's Kyu. There, and I do have a normal Q. He's just not doing so well. He's both his legs come off. It's just hard to notice. Okay, there you can notice his leg is coming out of him. I'm gonna fix him soon. There's the Bandai 1972 Gigan. There's a bootleg Gigan, and who could forget God at Mothra? I have the Bandai Mothra 1992. Well, it looks like Chibi Godzilla fan is here. And also I have the Bandai Godzilla Final Wars Mothra, or is it USOS? They look the same. I think it's Final Wars. And here's a small like Destroya, my first ever Destroya figure. Well, not my first. I used to have a smaller Destroya, which was like a chibi Destroya. Here's a bootleg chibi version. And yeah, and there's a Mothra that came in those small blind boxes. Well, technically they're buildings, but I think it would be harder to say blind buildings. Just blind boxes come out off the tongue better. There's a bootleg by Eolanti Rose form, and also here's a bootleg Mogura and a Space Godzilla bootleg. I also have Mehenda. He was featured in Godzilla Final Wars. Just need to move Megaguirus for a second. There. Now you can see him. I also have this Megaguirus figure. He's missing a hand, but I gave him a little repaint. Yeah. But I'm not getting rid of him. There's a bootleg Jet Jaguar, a Bora, and also Rodan, Godzilla's other allies. Well, was his ally until Godzilla Final Wars and Godzilla King of Monsters. Rodan just betrays Godzilla and King of the Monsters, like literally bows down to Ghidorah, but at the end he bows down to Godzilla. The design for excuse me for 1 second. As I was saying, the design for Rodan in Godzilla King of the Monsters is cool and all, but I think they should have given him more characteristics. They should have given him characteristics of the old Rodan. Yeah, like back here it's hard to see, but I have the Playmates Titan Tech Rodan, which is the only Rodan that Playmates has made, or Monsterverse Rodan, the only Monsterverse Rodan Playmates has made. They've made 8 other Rodans, or 1 other Rodan, I should say. Like, they made 1956 Rodan, and here we're onto this shelf, which is full of a bunch of small Godzillas. Back there is Band Presto Godzilla -1. Right here we have a Super 7 Glow in the Dark Rodan. Godzilla from Godziban. There's Super 7 Godzilla 1984. There's Idol for his name is actually, I don't know if it's Little or Little Godzilla. That's from Godzilla. And then also there's Angus, and back there's Rodan and Manila. There's Super 7 Gigan. There's Super 7 Godzilla Skeleton. Another Godzilla-kun from Godziban. There's 2 Oxygen Destroyers. There's also 54 Godzilla. There's Godzilla 62. There's Trendmasters Godzilla and Gigan. And back there, a little hard to see, but they are there. Just trust me. There's also a Funko Pop of Godzilla. First ever Funko Pop, I think, is the first ever. Also, the Funko Pop from Godzilla vs. Kong. I also I have this one too, and this one. Yeah, those are my Funko Pops from Godzilla. Also, probably the biggest figure in my collection that's probably, it is part of Godzilla. It's the Skull Island Kong. This cost me $40. This costed $40. I got it in 2017. And I'm glad that and I'm surprised I even have this in my collection. I'm surprised I actually managed to get my hands on this. My mom got it for me. Yeah. Also, here's a painting I did of Godzilla. Just standing in the middle of the road. 'Cause why not? And here is Gamera. I'm just kidding. This is my pet tortoise, Stella. Say hi, Stella. She says hi. And here's my collection of ceramic kaijus. I made Godzilla flying. I made Gazora. I made Hidora. I made some other forms of Hidora. And I also made Udako, along with Heisei Godzilla and Maguma. I made a bunch of Showa monsters. Yeah. For those of you who don't really know some of some of them. I can name each of them for you. Right there is Gamera. Also, we have Megalon. This is a little project in ceramics class, a tic-tac-toe board, and I just decided to do Godzilla. I immediately thought I had to do Godzilla. Yeah, there's Rodan back there and King Ghidorah. I also made Godzilla -1, along with Gorosaurus and Baragon and Anguirus, because you have to have Godzilla's best friend. There's the Mothra larva, and there's Ibera. Those little holes there are where his antenna were supposed to be, but I didn't really have time to do it. And there's Kamacuras. Again, he has the same holes that Ibera does, where his antenna were supposed to go, but didn't have time as well either. Also, Mechagodzilla, probably one of my favorites, like the most detailed. And here is Godzilla. The basic version. Show a Godzilla, yeah. And here's a half skeleton version of Godzilla from the Godzilla crew. Yeah. And there's my cat. Hi. I have a, yeah. Now let's go see if the sculpture is dry. But before we do, I wanted to show you this is King Ghidorah's skull based off my plush. Yeah. It's going to be featured in an episode. It could still be featured. Me and my brother are still deciding if it is. Okay. Now let's go check if it's ready. Also, here's the neck of Godzilla 1994. The tail was glued on because one day it fell and then the tail just popped off. Didn't realize it was that fragile. Also, the paint was coming off on his teeth and his claws and his feet, or toe claws actually, and his spikes, so I had to repaint that. And
Godzillasaurus rocks!
Thank you, you're too kind. Now let's go check if the sculpture is all good. Oh, well, it's not completely dry yet, but so far it's looking good, yeah. Also, I have a little Godzilla decoration in my backyard. Just 1 second. And here it is. It has two sides. One side is Meyer Goji. Meyer Goji is Godzilla 2000. Shodai original Godzilla. Yeah, that's like the stuff I have. I mean, not all of it. I do have a Godzilla video game, Destroy All Monsters to be exact. And I don't have the exact console for it, but my brother found a way that I could play it on the Wii. And yes, I do have a Wii. And there's still fun games to play. And I still play on that Wii. I also play on the Wii. I also have a Wii U and also a Nintendo 3DS and 2DS. Here's my bearded. There's my dog. Hi. These are my custom plushes. Here's Shimo, my first ever custom plush. There's Monster X and there's Emmy. I need to fix her eyes. There's Kaiser Ghidorah. He's going to be used in Godzilla Final Wars because I made his necks posable, put wire in them. In the past, I made a sculpture of Godzilla's skeleton, and personally, I think it looks really good. Here's a custom Anguirus plush. I'm in the process of remaking my Godzilla plush. I'm doing a new version, and here's like probably the best plush I made, Mothra. Here's Ibera. He's one of the characters in the Godzilla crew. There's Zillera from Godzilla Ban Ban. And here's Master Shake from Mako Teen Hunger Force. He's not a Godzilla character, I just made him for fun. And we have characters from the web series EVTV Weather. You guys should go check it out. It's called EVTV Weather. Yeah, here's the sun. I was watching it. It's a good series. You should go check it out. It's on the channel EVTV Weather.
It's coming in around like 5 to 9. It says it's coming in at 5 to 9.
What should I do now? I just look at my whole flight. Okay. And that is about it for today's live stream. Come back tomorrow to see Biolance he complete. Thanks for joining us, and I'll see you next time.